Even though modern light bulbs burn out after some time of use, there's one still lit for over 113 years. The story of the incandescent bulb that has remained lit for over 113 years is a fascinating example of durability and ingenuity. This bulb, known as the Livermore Centennial Light, was installed in 1901 at the Central Fire Station in Livermore, California, and has been lit practically without interruption since then. The Livermore Centennial Light defies conventional expectations of the lifespan of incandescent bulbs. While modern bulbs tend to burn out after an extended period of use, this historic bulb continues to emit a soft and steady light, standing the test of time. Its longevity has become a tourist attraction and a symbol of durability and perseverance. Over the years, it has been the subject of study and fascination, generating theories and speculations about the secrets behind its remarkable resilience. Despite being turned off a few times, mainly during relocations or exhibitions, the Livermore Centennial Light remains an inspiring example of how past technology can surpass present expectations. The brain of a human has 75% of water in its composition. The human brain is mainly composed of water. It's estimated that about 75% of the brain's weight is water. Water plays a crucial role in the brain's functioning, helping to transport nutrients, remove waste, regulate temperature, and facilitate communication between brain cells. Staying hydrated is important to ensure that the brain functions properly and to maintain overall body health. There are species of animals that continue to grow even after reaching adulthood. There are some species of animals that continue to grow even after they reach maturity. Kangaroos are a notable example of this characteristic. They continue to grow throughout their lives, although growth slows down after they reach sexual maturity. Another example is certain types of fish, such as certain species of sharks, which also exhibit continuous growth throughout life. This is because these animals have a type of growth called indeterminate growth, where growth is not halted after sexual maturity and continues throughout the animal's life. This phenomenon is different from determinate growth, where growth stops after sexual maturity. In Ethiopia, a calendar with a 7-year ladder compared to other Western countries is used. Ethiopia uses a unique calendar called the Ethiopian calendar or Uegeze calendar, which differs from the more common calendars used in many Western countries. In the Ethiopian calendar, the year begins on September 11th, or September 12th in leap years, and there is a difference of about 7 years and 8 months compared to the Gregorian calendar, which is widely used worldwide. This means that, in terms of date, Ethiopia is several years behind many Western countries. For example, while in much of the world the year 2022 is ongoing, in Ethiopia, it would be approximately the year 2014 or 2013, depending on the exact date. This unique calendar has deep historical and cultural roots in Ethiopia. Due to its isolation and size, Australia boasts one of the greatest biodiversities on the planet. Because of its geographic isolation and vast territorial expanse, Australia hosts a significant portion of the world's biodiversity. This isolated continent has evolved distinctly over millions of years, resulting in unique and diverse flora and fauna. Australia is home to a wide variety of endemic species, meaning those found only in Australia and nowhere else in the world. Famous examples include the kangaroo, koala, platypus, wombat, among others. Additionally, the diverse habitats present in Australia, such as rainforests, deserts, savannas, and coral reefs, contribute to a great diversity of ecosystems and species. However, it's important to note that Australian biodiversity also faces significant threats due to human activity, such as habitat loss, the introduction of invasive species, and climate change. Therefore, biodiversity conservation in Australia is a major concern for scientists and environmentalists worldwide. In the Netherlands, some of the most attention-grabbing curiosities revolve around bicycles. That's because the number of bikes in the country exceeds 3 times the number of motor vehicles. The Netherlands is renowned for its cycling culture, and it's common to come across many intriguing facts related to it. One of the most notable is that the number of bicycles in the Netherlands significantly surpasses the number of motorized vehicles. It's estimated that there are over 22 million bicycles in the Netherlands, which is more than double the country's population. This number is about 3 times greater than the number of registered motor vehicles in the Netherlands. This preference for cycling in the Netherlands is attributed to various factors, including cyclist-friendly infrastructure, the compact size of Dutch cities, the high cost of owning and operating a car, and a culture that values cycling as a sustainable, healthy, and efficient mode of transportation. As a result, cycling is an integral part of daily life in the Netherlands, and bicycles play a fundamental role in urban transportation, recreation, and the Dutch way of life. According to a 2008 survey, 58% of British teenagers believe that Sherlock Holmes actually existed. It's interesting that so many British teenagers believe that Sherlock Holmes, the famous fictional detective created by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, actually existed. However, it's important to note that Sherlock Holmes is a fictional character and not a real historical figure. He first appeared in the novel A Study in Scarlet, published in 1887. The belief in the existence of Sherlock Holmes can be attributed to the enduring popularity of the character and Conan Doyle's ability to create such a vivid and convincing story that many people may confuse it with reality. Additionally, the detailed and realistic style of the Sherlock Holmes stories may contribute to the perception that he was a real person. While it's fascinating that such a large percentage of teenagers believe in the existence of Sherlock Holmes, it's important to recognize the distinction between fiction and reality. The Japan has heaps of curious ice cream flavors, like eel, for example. Yeah, Japan's known for its variety of unique and often unusual ice cream flavors. Eel ice cream is just one example of that Japanese culinary creativity. But there's a whole bunch of other quirky flavors you can find in Japan, including wasabi, the famous hot and spicy condiment, is turned into ice cream, providing a unique blend of heat and sweetness. Azuki bean, made from sweetened azuki beans, this ice cream has a sweet and earthy flavor. Tofu, made with tofu, this ice cream has a creamy texture and a mild flavor. Seaweed, this option can be found in some coastal regions, offering a salty and refreshing taste. Purple sweet potato, using Japanese purple sweet potato, this ice cream has a vibrant color and a sweet flavor. These are just a few examples, but Japanese creativity extends to a wide variety of ice cream flavors that can surprise and delight visitors. In average, it takes about 364 licks to finish a lollipop. Determining the exact number of licks needed to finish a lollipop can vary depending on various factors such as the size of the lollipop, the amount of liquid and sugar it contains, and each person's licking rate. However, 364 licks seems to be a reasonable and approximate estimate for a medium-sized lollipop. This estimate is often cited as a curiosity, and although it's not a strict rule, it can be a fun way to think about the act of eating a lollipop. However, it's important to remember that the exact number of licks can vary from person to person and from lollipop to lollipop. Every tick of the clock, the sun's performing a process of nuclear fusion converting 600 million tons of hydrogen into helium. Actually, the sun converts about 600 million tons of hydrogen into helium every second through a process called nuclear fusion. However, it's important to note that this number is an approximate estimate and may vary slightly depending on the specific conditions within the solar core. During nuclear fusion, 4 hydrogen nuclei are fused to form a helium nucleus, releasing a vast amount of energy in the process. This reaction is the primary source of the sun's energy and is responsible for sustaining the light and heat it emits. The massive amount of energy released from nuclear fusion is what keeps the sun shining and provides warmth to the solar system. And how about those 10 facts? How many did you know? Leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give it a thumbs up. Until next time.